TalkUSATerminix.com. All right, we're talking to Eddie Martin, all the way from the Big Easy, my hometown, New Orleans, Louisiana, from Terminix, one of the leaders in pest control elimination solutions, fumigation, complete pest control services. Eddie Martin calls us kind of like once a month. He's been a regular here on Home Talk since Eddie, since the inception of my show. We just celebrate our 500th broadcast, 10 years on the air. You believe it's been that long, Eddie, huh? 10 years. Wow.
Tempus fugit, Michael. Time flies when you're having fun.
Yeah, I tell you.
Let's talk a little bit about what's available on the market now for termite control. For literally decades, until we got into the 90s, all the way from the 40s, the only control we had for subterranean termites was to construct a chemical barrier between your building and the ground where they lived. This was effective, but there's always a but, Michael. I mean, if you only have a defense, like a football team, right? You got the best defense in the league, but sooner or later somebody's going to score on you. And that was a situation we had, and still have to some degree, on a lot of buildings. The populations of termites were out in the yard getting bigger and bigger and needing more and more food. And all we had was a defense. It worked. It did a lot, but I think we're in a little better situation now that we have termite baits that we put out in the yard and actually either reduce the colony size so they don't have to work as hard to find food, or actually kill off the queen. We just haven't had enough people take their teaspoon and follow a termite trail all the way down to the nest to see if the queen was dead or not. Actually, they did it in Japan, and found the queen dead. So we have another weapon now, Michael. And to tell you how smart these insects are, I'm going back to the 90s when we were trying to bait them with stomach poisons. It didn't work. They figured out that their buddies were dying because they fed on this product over here. I mean, I literally ran years on some sites trying to get them to continue feeding on a stomach poison. The answer ended up being a chitin synthesis inhibitor, like you have with soft-shell with crabs. It's the chitin in their body that lets them reform their shell, and they ended up creating termite baits with this chitin inhibitor in it, so when a termite ate it and it went to shed to grow, it could not grow its shell back, so it died. Since the feeding has nothing to do with them dying, it's the molting so far, and I'll say that, the termites haven't figured this out yet. So we have another mode of action that circumstances may dictate sometimes that's the best thing to do. So that's what's new, Michael, and it's, let's take a house with French drains all around it.
Okay, yeah.
Right?
No, you can't. No, you can't.
Let's take a situation where somebody's concerned. They have a liquid treatment. Maybe they want to add the offensive baiting system. We see this a lot because they've been harassed, or their neighbors have been harassed over the years. So it's improved a lot, that we can go offensive, Michael. Really has.
Yeah.
I consider the leading baiting system, a system manufactured by Dow Chemical Company, that they market as the Centricon system. It's the one we use here.
Wow.
Smart little insects, huh?
Yeah. Well, they have to survive the years and the, they had to.
Yeah. Well, it's called, it's a product of evolution, and evolution automatically has the best ones survive because the others aren't there. So it's almost natural. That's what's going to happen. Quick change of subjects, Michael. We're going to go to insects. I have a minute, right?
Yeah, got a minute. Go for it.
Okay. We are running into problems with clothes moths, carpet beetles, and creatures like that people don't recognize that they're having a problem. They see a little hole or something in their favorite wool sweater, and they think they snagged it on something. If you can put it back together, so to speak, by moving the fiber, this indicates it is a snag. If you can't, it ain't no snag, buddy. You got some bugs, and this destroys, these creatures destroy your best clothes. The wool.
Wow, Eddie, we got to run, man. Eddie, we're just out of time. Wow. Give us that website. How can we learn a little bit more about these subterraneans and these insects?
Terminix.com.
Terminix.com. Terminixno.com if you're listening New Orleans and Thibodeau, right?
Right. Terminixno.com gets you New Orleans. Terminix.com gets you to the national website.
Great. All right, Eddie Martin, Terminix, thank you for being our guest. All right, we're talking to Eddie Martin all the way from the Big Easy.